Good morning, Suresh Kumar. My voice is clear, no? As usual, as it is every day.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in yesterday's class, right, we have defined fiscal year variant. So yesterday we have completed fiscal year variant, right? Today we start chart of accounts. So before starting this chart of accounts, yesterday I have forgotten to explain you one point. I will explain you that point today, then we will go for chart of accounts. See, our current fiscal year is 2022, right? That is, it started from April 2022 and ends with March 2023, right? Now, so after 31st March, after 31st March 2023, right? The new fiscal year starts. The new fiscal year starts. So what is the new fiscal year? 2023. That is 2023, right? Now, so 2023 means April 2023 to March 2024, right? Now, we are using 4 special periods. We are using 4 special periods. That is April 2023, May 2023, June 2023, and July 2023. Okay. So we are using 4 special periods, and these special periods are used to post the adjustments to the previous books of accounts for the purpose of preparing financial statements. And our new fiscal year also started, that is 23. That is April 2023 to March 2024. Now, see, today, date is 25th June 2023. See, today date is 2023. Today date is 2023. Sorry, today's date is 25th June 2023. So we have the 20 June. June means it may be the normal posting period or it may be the special posting period. So today date is 25th June 2023 and I am posting one transaction today. In that case, this transaction may be related to previous year as an adjustment, or it may be related to current fiscal year as a normal transaction. Because June 2023 means, right? It may be the third period, right? It is the third period. Everybody is able to get my point. In this case, how the system can understand that whether this business transaction is related to previous fiscal year as an adjustment or whether the business transaction is related to current fiscal year. So how the system can understand that, right? See, at the time of posting every business transaction, the user has to enter the period number. Remember, at the time of posting every business transaction, the user has to enter the period number. So suppose if the user enters the period number 15, today is, let us say, 25th June, right? Today is 25th June 2023. Today I am posting one transaction. At that time, if I enter the period number 15, then the system understands that that is the business transaction or an adjustment related to previous year, because June 2023 means 15th period. Suppose if the user enters the period number 3, if the user enters the period number 3, then the system understands that it is the business transaction relating to current fiscal year. Clear for everybody? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It's clear.
sir.
Yeah. See, let us log into the system. Any disturbance is there from my side?
No.
No.
Okay.
You are clear, sir.
Because some music is going on in the nearby house. See, we enter the transactions in the general ledger, right? See here, you enter the period. So if you enter the period number 15 here, then the system understands that that is the business transaction related to previous year as an adjustment, right? Then we also give the date. March 2023. Then this adjustment is posted on this day. Suppose if it is the business translated to current year, you enter the period number 3, then you enter the current date, like 25 June 2023. But what is document date and all these things, don't worry, we explain you later. That's how, with the help of the period number entered by the user, the system understands whether that business transaction related to previous year as an adjustment or current year. Clear? This point I forgot to explain yesterday. Then, see, once the basic settings are over, right, then I will send you this complete material F5. Okay? Now, define chart of accounts. So what is the chart of accounts? It is the list of general ledger accounts used by the organization or company code, right? So here, in the real time, every company code will use hundreds and thousands of ledger accounts, like rent account, wages account, salaries account, right? Raw material consumption account, contribution to PF, contribution to ESI, packing material cost, etc., etc. They use hundreds and thousands of ledger accounts. All these ledger accounts together is called chart of accounts, nothing else. It is the list of ledger accounts used by the company code during the daily management of the business. That is called chart of accounts. It is compulsory to define the chart of accounts before creating any general ledger master record. So in the general ledger accounting, we create the general ledger master record. For the time being, master record is nothing but the account. General ledger master record means ledger account, nothing else. In the normal accounting terminology, we call it as ledger account. But in IT terminology, information technology terminology, we will say it as master record, nothing else. But what is the technical meaning of master record, we will see later on. For the time being, right, master record means account. So in the general ledger accounting, we create all the ledger accounts. Before creating the ledger accounts in the general ledger accounting, now we have to define the chart of accounts, and that chart of accounts has to be assigned to company code. It is compulsory, right? Otherwise, right? We cannot create the GL account master records later on. Then for every general ledger account, it contains information such as name of the account, general ledger account number, account group, etc. So in SAP, every ledger account is identified with a number. That is called GL account number, or sometimes it is also called GL account code. So for every ledger account, the chart of accounts contains information like GL account number, GL account name, and the account group. So what is the account group? It comes next step. Then there are three types of chart of accounts. There are three types of chart of accounts. Now we will see what is the purpose of each of these chart of accounts. Operating chart of accounts. It is the list of all the general ledger accounts. It is the list of all the general ledger accounts to which the daily business transactions are posted. It is compulsory for every company code that it should be assigned with one operational chart of accounts. Here, operational chart of accounts or chart of accounts, both are same. The financial statements, according to the legal requirements of the country, are prepared from the operational chart of accounts only. So our company code is registered under the Indian Companies Act 2013. So we have to prepare the financial statements according to the legal provisions of this Companies Act. So according to that compliance only, we maintain the ledger accounts. So we prepare the financial statements, or you can say legal financial statements, from the operational chart of accounts only. And the controlling component also uses this operational chart of accounts. So we have the CO component, no? CO module. So the CO module also uses the only operational chart of accounts. Then group chart of accounts. It contains the list of general ledger accounts used by the corporate group to prepare the consolidated financial statements. So you have the three company codes: company code A, company code B, company code C, under the same group, right? Now you want to prepare, anyhow, we compulsory prepare financial statements for each individual company code, right? In addition to that, your group management wants to prepare the consolidated financial statements. For that purpose only, we use the group chart of accounts. So group chart of accounts contains the GL accounts used by the corporate group to prepare the consolidated financial statements. And the definition of group chart of accounts is optional. Why? If you remember, group means company, right? So company definition is optional. In the first class, I told you, class number 1, I told you the company represents the group and definition of company is optional. So when the company definition is optional, the group chart of accounts is also optional because it's not legally required. Then country specific chart of accounts. It contains the general ledger accounts required to meet the country specific legal requirements. What does it mean? See, for example, our company code is SSKH. Let us take the PPT. Our company code is SSKH, right? So SSKH Textiles Limited, something is there. Now, this company code is registered in India. Our company code country is India. So this company code SSKH has to prepare the financial statements according to the legal requirements of Indian Companies Act 2013, right? So for that purpose, this SSKH company code will maintain some ledger accounts. So all these ledger accounts together, right, is called operational chart of accounts. So for that operational chart of accounts, you have to give one name. Let us say ABC1. This is called operational chart of accounts for the company code SSKH. So COA means chart of accounts, right? Till now this is clear. Now this SSKH is also carrying on business in USA. See, this company code SSKH is also carrying on business in USA. So whenever the boundaries of any particular country are crossed, we know we have to create a company code, right? So let us say that company code is SSK1. So this is in US, country US, right? Now, this SSK1 company code is registered under the US Companies Act, right? So first it has to prepare the financial statements according to the legal requirements of USA Federal Companies Act. For that purpose, this SSK1 company code maintains some GL accounts. All the GL accounts together is called operational chart of accounts for the USA company code. So for that, for that operational chart of accounts, we have to give one name. Let us say that is XYZ1. This is operational chart of accounts to the USA company code. I hope till now it's clear for everybody. Now, majority of the shareholding means we are carrying on business in USA means all the shareholding of your US company code is held by Indian company code. Both belongs to same group, right? So in this case, SSKH Indian company code is called holding company code. SSK1 US company code is called subsidiary company code, right? Now, in the Indian Companies Act, there is one rule that if any Indian company code is carrying on business outside India, then that Indian company code has to report to the Indian government on the financial operations of its foreign entity. See, if any Indian company or company code, normal terminology company, SAP terminology company code. So if any Indian company is carrying on business outside India, then that Indian company code has to report to the Indian government on the operations of its foreign entity. Now, this company, Indian company, asks US company code to prepare the financial statements also according to Indian Companies Act. So in order to meet the requirements of Indian Companies Act, what is the chart of accounts we are using? ABC1, right? So this SSK1 company code has to prepare two sets of financial statements. One set from the operational chart of accounts. Another set is from the ABC1 chart of accounts. So this ABC1 chart of accounts for the US company code is called country specific chart of accounts. Clear? Now, again, this SSKH is carrying on business in UK. Because we are internationally, we are having international presence, right? So we are also carrying on business in UK. So for the UK legal entity, again, we create a separate company code, right? Let us say that is SSK2. So this is in UK. Now, this SSK2 company code has to prepare the financial statements according to the legal requirements of UK Companies Act. According to the legal requirements of UK Companies Act, right? In that case, again, it has to maintain a set of GL accounts to meet the UK Companies Act requirements. Let us say that is PQR1. This is operational chart of accounts for UK company code. Again, this SSK2 company code is owned by SSKH only, right? So SSKH is the holding company code. SSK2 is the subsidiary company code. Again, this UK company code also has to prepare the financial statements according to this chart of accounts. So in that case, again, ABC1 chart of accounts is called country specific chart of accounts for UK company code. That means normally what happens is the operational chart of accounts of holding company code will be the country specific chart of accounts for the subsidiary company code. If, remember, if holding company code and subsidiary company codes are lying in different countries. But if both the company code, holding company code and subsidiary company codes are lying in the same country, then there is no case of country specific, right? Both the company codes have to prepare the financial statements according to Indian Companies Act only. Clear, no? So the operational chart of accounts of holding company code will be the country specific chart of accounts for the subsidiary company code if the holding company code and subsidiary company codes are lying in different countries. Okay, now you may get one more doubt here. See, this SSK1 USA company code has to prepare two sets of financial statements. One set of financial statements from operational chart of accounts for a period of January to December. Because in USA, the fiscal year is calendar year, January to December, right? But in India, the fiscal year is April to March, right? That means it has to prepare, the USA company code has to prepare another set of financial statements from the ABC1 chart of accounts for a period of April to March. So in this case, right, how the difference of fiscal years is taken care in SAP? For that, in SAP, there is one concept, parallel ledger accounting. So using the parallel ledger accounting, we can maintain the books of accounts according to different fiscal years simultaneously. That is how we can deal with the preparation of financial statements according to 2 fiscal years. Then one more thing is, here the business transactions of SSK1 company code are posted in the GL accounts of XYZ operational chart of accounts only. Then the GL accounts of this ABC1 chart of accounts are automatically updated. For that, we provide the link between the GL accounts of operational chart of accounts and the GL accounts of country specific chart of accounts. So what is that link? I will explain you in the general ledger accounting. So these are the 2 points you may get doubts. So always the business transactions of SSK1 company code are posted by the accountant of this company code in the GL accounts of this operational chart of accounts. Then the GL accounts of country specific chart of accounts are automatically updated. Then a chart of accounts can be used by one or several company codes. Suppose you have company code A and company code B, right? Then both the company codes can use the same chart of accounts. In that case, the GL account number, account name, and account group, etc. will be same in all the company codes. Why? Because the chart of accounts contains information like GL account number, GL account name for every GL account, right? So when several company codes are using the same chart of accounts, that information will be same in all the company codes. But in order that several company codes to use the same chart of accounts, the following 2 conditions must be satisfied. All the company codes should be in the same nature of business. Then all the company codes should be lying in the same country. For example, you have company code A and company code B, right? So company code A is in the textiles manufacturing, right? But company code B is in the consultancy services like TCS. In that case, can we use the same GL accounts? No. In the company code A, we have the raw material consumption GL account. But in the company code B, there is no raw material consumption. We provide services. It's a consultancy company, right? So in that case, we cannot use the same chart of accounts. Then every company code has to have a separate chart of accounts. Then all the company codes should be lying in the same country. Then only we can use the same chart of accounts. If these conditions are not satisfied, no issues. We can define a separate chart of accounts for every company. Then A company code can be assigned with 2 chart of accounts. Can be, it's not mandatory. A company code can be assigned with 2 chart of accounts if necessary. Number 1, operational chart of accounts. Number 2, country specific chart of accounts. Now we will see how to define the chart of accounts. Path is starting with SPRO. Means it is the job of the consultant. SPRO means it is the transaction code for IMG stream. So /n SPRO. Let us log in again. SPRO, or you can double click on this SPRO. Financial accounting new. General ledger accounting new. Master data. GL accounts. Preparations. See, steps are very clearly there in the material. Preparations, edit chart of accounts list. Click on new entries. Chart of accounts is equal to SSKH. Wherever possible, we can use the same our company code name. So if the different objects are there, we can use the same company code name. Chart of accounts is a separate object and company code is a separate object. Chart of accounts is equal to SSKH. Description is equal to chart of accounts for SSKH. Description is equal to chart of accounts for SSKH. Please write down. Maintenance language is equal to English. Maintenance language is equal to English. Maintenance language is equal to English. Length of GL account number 6 digits. 06. Length of GL account number is 6 digits. So here I told every GL account is identified with a number. So in that GL account, how many number of digits you want to have? That we define here. I want to have 6 digits, right? Within brackets, please write down. Within brackets, the maximum length of the GL account number. The maximum length of the GL account number is 10 digits. The maximum length of the GL account number is 10 digits. See, here you can use up to 10 digits maximum, but we never use that many number of digits in the GL account number, even in the real time also. Normally, we use either 5 digits or 6 digits or 7 digits. 7 digits are also very rare, right? In most of the cases, we use 6 digits. That means we can create up to 9,99,999 GL accounts, because the biggest number containing 6 digits is this much number, right? So we can create this many number of GL accounts. But of course, we never create that many number of GL accounts. But normally still, we use only 6 digits normally. Then click on Save. So whenever you get this request box, just click on Enter. Now, here you have one field, integration. Under that, controlling integration. What is this? I will explain you at the time of cost element accounting in the controlling component, controlling module, right? But for the time being, take the notes there. Take the notes. Space is there now. Space is not there, right? Go back to notes. Every day you have to keep the notes with you. Go back to notes, please. Heading is definition of chart of accounts. Heading is definition of chart of accounts. under that controlling integration. Under that controlling integration. There are two options. There are two options for the controlling integration. There are two options for the controlling integration in the chart of accounts. Number one, manual creation of cost elements. Number one, manual creation of cost elements. If this option is selected, when we create expenses and revenue GL accounts, when we create expenses and revenue GL accounts in financial accounting, they are to be created as primary cost elements. They are to be created as primary cost elements. Just a minute. They are to be created as primary cost elements manually in controlling. What is this? Don't worry. I will explain you and show you in the controlling component. Next, number two. Automatic creation of cost elements. Number two, automatic creation of cost elements. If this option is selected, then when we create expenses and revenue GL accounts in financial accounting, expenses and revenue GL accounts in financial accounting, they are automatically created as primary cost elements. They are automatically created as primary cost elements in controlling. So these 2 points I will show you and explain in the cost element accounting of controlling module. Click on save. For the time being, just take the notes. Now, assign company code to chart of accounts. Path is same as above. So whenever you see path is same as above, I told you yesterday, right? You have to go on clicking on back arrow, right? Till you reach IMG screen. See, assign company code to chart of accounts. Click on position. Company code is equal to SSKH. Company code is equal to SSKH. Click on enter. See, our company code SSKH has been taken in the first line, right? So against this company code, chart of accounts, SSKH. Chart of accounts, SSKH. Then here, look at the screen, please, everybody. CHRTACCTS means chart of accounts or operational chart of accounts. Remember, chart of accounts or operational chart of accounts, both are same. Then CTY CHACT means country specific chart of accounts. Suppose if you have the chart of accounts of another company code to be complied with, right? Then the operational chart of accounts of that company code will be entered here. So in any case, right, a chart of account, a company code can have only 2 chart of accounts. It is not possible to have more than 2 chart of accounts. But how the country specific chart of accounts and operational chart of accounts are linked, and how the operational chart of accounts and group chart of accounts are linked, right? These links I will explain you in the general ledger accounting. At that time point of only you can understand. At this point you cannot imagine, you cannot visualize. So click on cell. Then define account groups. So this take nearly more than 45 minutes, right? So this we will see in tomorrow's class. In the basic settings, sometimes I may have to close the session before 1 hour, right? Because some topics are to be explained to you at a stretch. We cannot stop in between, right? That's the reason why sometimes in the basic settings, I may end the sessions, right, without taking 1 hour, okay? But from general ledger accounting, normally we take 1 hour or 1 hour 5 minutes. Any questions from anybody, either from this class or from the previous class? I hope everybody has started the practice. So once the batch is freezed, right, I will create one WhatsApp group, okay? Still people are joining. So once the batch is freezed, I will create one WhatsApp group. You can post your doubts on the WhatsApp group. Okay, then see you tomorrow same time. Good night and good day. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, my question is regarding different company codes using same chart of accounts, correct?
Sorry?
Different company codes using same chart of accounts.
Yes, yes.
If the nature of business is same and
Yes.
company code lying in the same
Countries.
country.
Yeah.
Correct. So
Yeah.
my question is, big business houses like Tata, Reliance float separate companies in order to have clarity and avoid congestion of various factors, correct?
Come again. Your voice is not that much. It is blurring. Voice is blurring. So several company codes can use the same chart of accounts. That is true. Provided 2
Yes.
conditions are satisfied. Then
Yes. Then big business houses like Tata, Reliance float separate companies in order to have clarity and avoid congestion of various factors. Correct.
okay.
Since the size of business is big, generally one company could perform only one line of activity.
Okay.
Like TCS is the only IT company of Tata.
Yes.
Tata AIG is the only insurance company of Tata.
Yes.
And Tata Tea is the only company code working in the tea field.
Yes.
Or beverages field.
Yes.
If this is the case, there is no question of overlapping nature of business or line of activity for different company codes.
No, they cannot use the same chart of accounts. No.
Yes, they cannot use the same chart of accounts.
Yes, they have to have their own GL accounts, own chart
exactly.
of accounts.
So my question was, when there is no question of different company codes using the same chart of accounts, and our logic should be same for all the big business houses?
Not like that. Sometimes what happens, sometimes, right? From the income tax point of view, right?
Okay.
From the tax planning, for the same business, they may have different entities.
Yes, correct.
In that case, it comes into picture.
Okay.
So this situation should be, it's not that this situation should be there. In case, if you want to use same chart of accounts for several company codes, it is possible. That is what I mean to say.
Okay.
But provided these 2 conditions are satisfied.
Okay. But
and there is an exception to this rule also, right?
Okay.
What is the exception to this rule? I will explain in the controlling component.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay. So ideally, there should not be 2 different company codes using even if they have same nature of business. I mean, nobody will have same nature of business because they will float another company code for
obviously.
Yes.
Obviously, you are right.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Okay.
I understand.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.